In my last video I showed you the fried liver attack, which is a deadly opening that can get you wins within a few moves. Check that out if you haven't. In this video I will show you the Traxler attack. It is a poisonous way to fight the fried liver attack. After e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, and knight g5, we are in the fried liver attack. Here we play the odd-looking move bishop to c5, which ignores white's threat on f7. First we will look at the variations after knight takes f7. The idea is to check the king with bishop to f2 and then play knight to e4, which makes space for the queen to hunt down the king. In this case, we let the king take the knight, and then we check him again with the pawn. Then we check him with the knight and finish it with the move queen to b6. If white is not as greedy and puts the king back to f1, we play queen to h4 threatening checkmate. After knight to d4 threatening the queen, there are several good moves for black. Taking on c2 to get white's rook or rook f8 stand out. If white goes back to g1, we again play queen to h4 threatening checkmate. White will most likely block with the pawn. Here we sacrifice our knight, and then we again play rook to f8. If white wants to take our knight by playing e3, we protect it with the queen, and then we sacrifice it again. We check him with the move queen to d4, and then we pick up the knight and the bishop. If he does not attack the queen, but the knight instead, we can quickly finish it in 2 moves. If white brings out the queen to f3, one of my favorite traps follows. We play our knight back to f6, and it looks decent for white, so he takes the rook. Now we attack the queen, then the bishop. 2 checks on the king follow. White has to take and black mates with the queen. White may suspect something, and he might try to throw us off by not taking the bishop. In this case he can take our rook. We develop our pieces, and have a nice initiative against the white king. However, if white makes the mistake to take our pawn here, we win the queen. If white does not take the bishop as shown before, but goes for the knight, we put our queen to work, and if white attacks our queen with the pawn, we take it with the bishop and then we mate him. The best way for white to answer to the Traxler gambit is by taking with the bishop instead of the knight. We have to move our king, and here white held get out with his bishop. Now we put our rook to f8, and we develop other pieces. We create pressure on the king's side, and if we have some luck we win the knight. There is also a variation, where white tries to block in the center. Here we put our pawn in the center as well. After an exchange of pawns we make sure to castle, and if he trades his knight and bishop for our pawn and rook, we are fine. In this position we have better development and a clear advantage. Make sure to check out my video on the fried liver attack if you haven't already. Otherwise I can really recommend this playlist, where I go over many other openings.